With the constant turmoil of the late 24th century, Starfleet Command would set its secret starship design team the task of creating a tactical powerhouse that could mask itself as a regular, run-of-the-mill Starfleet starship design. And out of this project, the Chimera Class would be born. But what do we know about this classified tactical powerhouse? Well, today we'll find out. Hello and welcome to another episode of Truth or Myth Beta Canon, a Star Trek web series that dives into the history of any given topic using beta canon sources and my own imagination to fill in the gaps. In today's episode, we're taking a look at the Chimera Class as first seen in Star Trek Online to better understand its place in Star Trek history. Please note, as many of you know, I love Star Trek Online. However, the problem is that recent canon has made several aspects of that beta canon source completely invalid. So, when approaching designs from that awesome and fun to play game, I have to rewrite the design history to fit in with canon, while at the same time trying to keep the original spirit and as much of the information behind the class as I possibly can. It's not an easy thing to do, and I truly hope that Star Trek Online understands why it's all necessary. But, as always, because this is just a beta canon video, all information relayed should pretty much be taken with a grain of stardust, and only considered a little bit of Star Trek fun. And so, with all that out of the way, let's begin. The late 24th century was wrought with conflict for the United Federation of Planets. The multiple Borg attacks, the Cardassian and Dominion Wars, the Synth attack, and even a short conflict with the Klingon Empire would all conspire to redefine Starfleet Command into a fighting force. Even the 25th century would start out with a bang, with the Borg Queen temporarily taking over Starfleet's starship fleet and turning it against Earth itself. Though Starfleet won the day in this massive battle, much of its fleet was once again damaged or outright destroyed. Even the USS Enterprise F, flagship of the Federation which had been slated for decommissioning, would instead be wrecked during the battle. The over 3 decades of constant and diverse conflicts had set the member worlds of the Federation on edge, with the Federation Council setting forth a directive to Starfleet Command to ensure that the organization would be ready for any other situations that might arise in the future. This nebulous and secret directive would force Starfleet Command to create a new, dedicated starship design and construction division charged with creating the most advanced and most powerful starship classes, all under an ultra-classified status. Wanting to create a starship design which appeared like a normal Starfleet exploration-style vessel, only to be hiding a massive force to be used in an emergency situation, Design Team X would come up with an ingenious solution. And in 2407, the Chimera Class would be born. Sitting at a length of 442 meters, the Chimera Class was designed to be operated by 450 specially trained officers and crew members. A quad nacelle design, the Chimera Class would be both warp and transwarp capable, having a standard safe cruising speed of warp factor 8.4, with an emergency maximum speed of warp factor 9.989 for 12-hour increments. Alternatively, the Chimera Class would have a maximum transwarp cruising speed of 10 to the 3rd power, though thanks to its quad nacelle design, the transwarp tunnel energy could be increased slightly, giving this class a slight edge over the dual nacelle designs of the era. Looking at the Chimera Class, no one suspected this starship design to be anything other than a normal, average Starfleet vessel of the era, containing a normal number of phaser emitter arrays, as well as forward and aft torpedo launching systems capable of firing photon, quantum, and even transphasic torpedoes if required. However, with one command, the captain of such a vessel could transform this class into a lean, mean fighting machine, thanks to Project Lotus. Project Lotus aimed to design a vessel class around the newly developed Dynamic Tactical System, or DTS, a weapon system designed to target and fire upon multiple enemy vessels with extreme force all at the same time. A key contributor to this project was then Commander Nog, who joined the Advanced Starship Design Bureau of Engineers after serving on numerous Starfleet vessels. The Lotus Phaser Array system was massive and so secretive that the Chimera Class would show no indication of its existence until the system was activated. When active, the primary hull of the Chimera Class would expand to expose the Lotus Array, while the nacelle pylons would rotate down to a 10-degree angle. And after a very short period of charge, the system would fire intense phaser bursts at multiple enemy targets. However, one drawback of the dynamic tactical system would be in regards to its power consumption. Due to the large amount of power required to fire the Lotus Array, several other Starship systems such as shields and auxiliary power batteries would be weakened. To counter this attack deficiency, the Chimera Class would contain the most advanced ablative hull armor ever created, thanks to recent developments made due to the Borg Reclamation Project. The Chimera Class would also include the latest advancements in bioneurocircuitry, making her one of the most maneuverable designs created to this point in Starfleet history. A large shuttle bay complex located in the aft section of the secondary hull, along with a smaller shuttle bay located in the aft section of the primary hull, would round out this starship design. When launched in 2407, the prototype, the USS Chimera, would be commanded by the newly promoted Captain Nog himself. But even after ironing out all the bugs in this vessel during its shakedown cruise, the complexity of constructing a starship with the dynamic tactical system actually hindered mass production of the class. As a result, only 12 vessels of the Chimera class would be constructed over the next decade, with many of those ships being converted or upgraded to the Manticore variant, after several more technological breakthroughs were made, again thanks to the Borg Reclamation Project. And due to the very secretive nature of the Chimera class's design, it would be several centuries before the truth about the Chimera class would be revealed to the public at large. Nevertheless, Captain Nog would go on to have a heroic career, eventually becoming the first Ferengi to serve as Commander Starfleet until his retirement in 2463. As for the dynamic tactical system itself, the Chimera class and its variants would be the only starship designs to ever use this system, as subsequent tactical technological discoveries would make this system unnecessary by the mid-25th century, with the Chimera class itself being decommissioned around the same time. Created as a tactical powerhouse in case of another Federation emergency, the true nature and capabilities of this class would not be known to the wider Federation population until centuries after its decommissioning, earning this class its secret but amazing status in Starfleet history. Thank you for watching today's episode of Truth or Myth Beta Canon. What do you think of the Chimera class and the historical narrative that I've created here? Do you want to see more videos like this one? Well, leave your comments in the section below, and don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel, hitting that little bell icon so you won't miss a single video we release. Want to help the channel create a starship class to blow all enemies out of the stars? Then consider becoming a channel member subscriber or a channel patron, both a major help that allows this channel to purchase resources and 3D models to keep it going. The link to both memberships is in the description below. Thanks again for watching, and remember, once you have their money, you never give it back.